Hello guys, Sean Pay 2, I'm a brand new figure. Today I am talking about my top rated monsters and villains of Doctor Who. Now some of these guys won't even be on here, monsters, villains, and people will be like, hang on a minute, why is this guy not on here for? This guy, the aliens who I may not mention, who might not think should be on here, might be on another list, which I'm doing another list, which is my most underrated monsters and monsters that need to come back, which is going to be the same list. Monsters that need to come back, most underrated, are technically the same in my mind. So I'm going to say most underrated monsters that need to come back, and they're going to be in another list. So, further ado, we're going to do top 25, which I got top 25 that I can think of. And we'll start off with the Nestin's Inconsciousness. The thing that controls the autons there, because Slobbery thing usually, that's at 25. And really, they haven't been in the show much, so I think they're good, but not brilliant. Next up, Time Lords. Now, this isn't just just one single Time Lord. This is all the Time Lords. Sometimes all the Time Lords are just bad. They're just no good for the Doctor. And they cause him havoc. There have been in lots of episodes. The Doctor's Time Lord himself, he gets his own villains of his own self, like Valiant and all that. So, that. Next up, we got Syl. Syl is at number 23. Syl is one of those Doctor Who fans of just just a normal Doctor Who villain. You'd say that's a Doctor Who villain when you see Syl. With the Sixth Doctor. Then we got the Mara, Big Who Snake, from the Fifth Doctor era, which I like. Next up, we have the Pterodactyls from the Fifth Doctor's era, the Fishitation. I really like that story, and I didn't really like it at the start before I watched it, and I've been watching it, not constantly, but for a while now. I do like that story. That's 21. And number 20, I will put Savine. Savine are like the monster I grew up with. Savine are like the monster I kept seeing. I saw it in Doctor Who, complete series 1. There was a lot of, there were at least 3 stories of Savine, at least 3 stories. And then we got, because I'm a Sarah Jane fan as well, we got Savine in the Sarah Jane Adventures practically nearly every series. So I like the Savine, but they're at number 20. Cigarettes. Now, Cigarettes are only 19 because they were only in like one episode. They had some cameo appearances. They needed more episodes. They were really badass, but really they didn't really do much more but that Christmas episode, really. Next up, Clockwork Droids. Now, Clockwork Droids are sort of 1 and 2 episodes. Very good story as well. I like the story. And really, that's it. I can really say they're number 18. 17, Jadoon. Jadoon have actually gone down in my list because of the new series. I just thought they were aliens. I don't think of Doctor Who aliens as female or male and all that. And this is part of my problem with Silurians nowadays is, they're a male, female. There was never, ever no link to Silurians or Jadoon being male, female. There's captain, there's female captain. So that's how, funny they're getting with it all now. So I didn't really think about it like Jadoon was a male, in Smith and Jones, but that's why it's there for 17. It'd probably been higher if it weren't for everything going on. Autons, now, yes, Autons are 16. They're just like, I can imagine seeing Auton coming out, at a shop and going smash through the glass. That's why I like Autons that much. Next up, we got at 15 is the Rani. The Rani is a time lady, not a time lord, a time lady from the planet Gallifrey. She's just like the Master, but she's insane, all that. But she's a scientist, Time Lord. She keeps trying to ruin the plan, and the Master has his own, plan. And one story they were together, and one story she was on her own. I mean, the Master was running one story, and one story she was on her own. So yeah, that's why Rani's at number 15. She's badass as well. Probably the top rated female villain on my list here. Next up, we have Ood. And Ood, wow, they're just a common villain in the new series. If they're used for bad or go mad, they're pretty good, I think. Uda at number 14. At number 13, it's the Fashion Narada. Creepy villains, skeleton. We can all turn to Fashion Narada. There's teeth. Piranhas in the shadows. So I really like the Fashion Narada. Next up, we have Silence. Silence for me is at number 12. The Silence, the big, huge, things. I like the Silence. They're my favorite or Series 6, I'd say, villain. I think there's nothing else, is there? Yeah, Series 6. They're my favorite villain of that series, really, I think. And then next up, we have the Great Intelligence. So there isn't a lot of classic stories with Great Intelligence, left. We have the new series, and yes, I like what they've done. I like Richard E. Grant as the Great Intelligence, and I do like With Fear, but there isn't a lot left in the classic series. I think that one would, certain ones like Missing, they might be a bit more higher, and what they've done with the new series and all that, I think they might be higher, but other things, other problems and all that in my mind. That's why Great Intelligence don't enter the top 10. At number 10, we have Saigons. Saigons here. Now, I watched Terror of Saigons, I think, for the first time on the anniversary of Doctor Who, the 50th anniversary, the first time ever. I think that's when I got the classic collection complete, as it was anyways at that time. I think that was when I finally got that classic collection completed and watched it every single Doctor Who at that time period in 2013. And yes, I liked it. It was in Scotland for mostly, and the Doctor was dressed up in a Scottish outfit. Yeah. Saigons at number 10. At number 9, we have Sea Devils. Sea Devils, cousins of the Silurians. Not really been in it much, Doctor Who, but they're really good and deserve a comeback. Really do deserve a comeback in my mind. Next up is number 8, Women Angels. Women Angels have to be on the list here. They're high. They're sort of like a mystery as well, what they are and what they do. And they're sort of, I don't think they're scary. They're more like what they're going to do next in the storyline of Doctor Who. And that's why I like them in Class 4. If you haven't watched it, I think you should have watched it by now. But there you go. The spoilers. Women Angels are in Class. Next up, number 7, though, they probably would have been a bit high, I think, are Silurians. Silurians, I like Silurians, but they've gone down a bit in my, bracket because of all this female and, for me, Silurians were just lizards. I know there are male lizards, but they weren't never, male, female. I don't like all this rubbish about, they've got to be male, female. They never were. They were just Silurians, and now they've got to be something else. It's like having a Sontaran, which is a female, which we're going up to soon. So, number 6, we have Davros. Davros is the creator of the Daleks, and he is one of the scariest monsters. But I do not put him high in the top 5, but he's just really good. I will say he's really good. Next is number 5, Sontarans. Yep, classic Doctor Who monster. Nothing more I can say about that. They have sort of ruined the Sontarans. Like, one minute they were clowns, the next minute they look slightly different. Kind of funny how they're, clowns, but they look slightly different. And then there's like giant ones and there's small ones. Sontarans are usually small. Next up, we have the Master. The Master is at number 4. People might be shocked with my top 3. The Master, classic Time Lord villain, deserves to be on this list. Nothing more I can say about this, but I like him as a classic monster, and that does not include Missy. Missy is not with my Master. I never count Missy as the Master. So anyone thinks Missy, I'm counting. That's a no. Next up, we have a number 3, which this might not shock people much, but number 3 is Cybermen. Cybermen is my number 3, and if you don't know yet, Cybermen, humanoid metal things, I like them. They're my number 3. Now, this is the one that might shock people. At number 2 is Daleks. Yes, number 2 is Daleks to me. You might, if you watch my videos, you might know why number 1 is number 1. But Daleks for me are number 2. They are scary. They are alien. They are all about this show. If the Doctor wasn't in this show, it'd be about the Daleks full time. The Daleks would be in this show, but if it, the Doctor weren't in this show, the Daleks would be in the show full time. They would have to be to keep the show live. Next up, final one, last but not least, and this is just for my own because I like the Ice Warriors. It's the Ice Warriors number 1. And I just really like the Ice Warriors. I have mentioned it in a couple of videos. I like the Ice Warriors, what they've done, what they're like. They're from Mars. They're actually more relatable than a lot of these things are. They're like aliens, lizards from Mars. We've always heard that. We've always heard there's like lizards on Mars. There's always these aliens. And I know it's not real, but I could believe, something like this. I couldn't believe a Dalek being existing. Well, maybe a Cyman, but not fully like we would imagine it. The Masters, Sontarans, Davros. I couldn't imagine that. Silurians a bit more, but then the Ice Warriors, we always knew. I think in the class series there were female Ice Warriors, if I can remember correctly. The only thing I'm not happy with the Ice Warriors is they count a Cyber Lord, but they won't count a Ice Warrior Lord, which I'm sure they've always called them Ice Lords, but now in the new series they just call them Ice Warriors, which that does bug me a bit. I'm sure there were, at least I know from 2013 there was a female Ice Warrior because he's talking about his daughter and the Grand Marshal. But yeah, as I said, for me, Ice Warriors is number one. They even scared me once. Real badly, the Ice Warriors, when they just popped out somewhere out of this teleporter, and that's why they're number one for me. I do like the Ice Warriors. So yeah, next time will either be my top companion list or my underrated Doctor Who monsters, which I might not do at one to. I just might say who I think are my most underrated monsters. Thank you guys for watching. Take care and bye for now. Like the video, comment, subscribe. Bye bye.